Well, hello everyone. It has been probably about a year since I have last filmed. I am so grateful that I took that time off. I was going through some hard times, just not feeling myself, so I needed to take some time off. I'm sorry I did not give you guys warning, but over the last probably year to 2 years, I've been talking about not feeling well, being sick, just not having tons and tons of energy. So it was an impromptu, huge reading slump I basically went into because I was not feeling like myself. So yeah, that all went down last year. Pretty much, I think I only filmed 2 videos last year. So last year, 2024, was basically a wash. So I am back. I feel so much better. I still get tired, don't get me wrong. That's teacher life. But overall, I'm feeling more myself. I'm getting my migraines back under control and working on through things for like anxiety that I started developing this probably around August, that time period, tail end of last year, which is the beginning of my actually teaching year. So been dealing with a lot, but I am ready to get back to it. I've been reading quite a few books here over the last few months once I got myself reacclimated and taking time for myself. Self-care and all the things is extremely important, you guys. If you haven't been doing that, please, please, please take care of yourself. So what you're here for is my 2025 goals that I'm setting for my channel. I am doing a shift. I kind of said that last year, but I'm shifting my channel back to what drew me in the first place, which was romance books. When I first started my channel 5-6 years ago, I'm guessing, all I saw were people who were reading high fantasy, low fantasy, a few horror books here or there, but primarily fantasy. So I did broaden my horizons, and I did, test out. Brandon Sanderson is still, one of my top favorites. He takes a lot, but I don't want to continue reading things that I don't want to read, which has put me into a lot of slumps over the last few years. But I want to get back to what I love, which is romance. It could be contemporary romance. It could be romantasy, which is, romance set in a fantasy setting. Or I could do fantasy romance, which is more on the fantasy side, plot driven, a little bit less on the romance side, but it's still there, but it's not the, most driving point of the story. Sports romance, I've dabbled in that in the last few years, which I've enjoyed a few. Military romance, motorcycle or MC romances, mafia romances, some a little bit darker. I'm tiptoeing around bully romance. I'm not sure if that's a genre of romance, subgenre that I'm particularly into. But those are some of where I'm leaning towards. So romantic suspense has been one I've read over the years. So there's a lot that I want to broaden or continue reading on in the romance genre. May dabble back into some of my favorite historical romances, what got me into reading to begin with. So I may dabble back with that again. I have a few trusted authors that I have on this kind of bottom shelf because it's not primarily what I read. I'm trying to reorganize or overhaul my bookshelves to drive that. I'll still do, the, occasional thriller books. I'm not into straight up horror. I've found that over the last few years when I've dabbled into it. It's not my most favorite. Thrillers and suspense are where my little niche is. So I'll, throw a few of those in, but primarily you're going to see more of the romance side. And I may dabble into some other subgenres as I go, but the ones that I previously listed are pretty much where I'm probably going to stay at. So that is the biggest change in my channel that I do want to. It's getting back to the roots of what I love. I may throw, like I said, in maybe a middle school book here or there because I do have a few series that I need to finish out. But again, it's going to be mostly adults, possibly YA, but it has to be more towards the new adult, the older feeling books, not so much the high school zone where they have petty high school drama. I'm not into that type of YA, but again, it's more on the romance side. So hopefully that's number one goal, is to overhaul that and get back to my roots of what I love, which I think you guys will see me be more energetic, more enthused, and have more life, because this is a genre that I absolutely adore, I love, and I want to get back to it. Alright, the next thing I'm bringing back is my deck of TBR. Again, I have the dragon ones. Love doing that game. Again, the books that I pull primarily will be romance. I do have some books back behind me for the 25 and 25 to be read in 2025. I have those books that has more of some of the mixed genres that I still have left over from where I hauled over the last year or two. So I have those prioritized. They're behind me, so they're easy reach. So if I do get a prompt that I can't find a romance book for, then, of course, I'm going to prioritize them because I want to read them. And if I'm not into it, go on and unhaul it, not keep it on my shelves, just pass it on. Because again, if it's a horror book, I'm not into it. I'm not keeping a lot of that in here, again, because of the shift of where I want to take my channel in the future. My wrap-ups are going to come back. So you have your TBR to start the month off, and then you have your wrap-up at the end. And I may also bring back my mid-month check-in. I believe I named those recent reads off of another booktuber that I had watched years and years ago. I can have that first video, which that has her name in it, that creator, listed down below. So I'll try to put that first video up when I started that little mini series in the cards and down below, so you can check that out to get that creator's name. I love her. I believe she was the one, there are several now that have the card, and she would I think it was something around recent reads or read recently, something to that effect is what she named hers. And so she was my inspiration to start that mid-wrap up. So I may bring those back in depending on how many books I've read in the first 2 weeks of the month as to whether I do that check-in or not. So it's just how much am I reading, and would it be a benefit to make that video if I've only read one book. To me, that wouldn't be that would be more like a review of that one book versus a recent reads. So let me know down below if you like that style of video, mid-month check-in, and even if I only had one book, would you want me to still do that mid-month check-in? I love this. Side tangent, Christmas gift. In a world of bookworms, be a book dragon. Absolutely love it. There are two different journals that I have. Primarily the one for my books is still working out of this Archer and Olive. I believe this is where it started. I started in 2023. I need to be better about using it, so I think the way I'm going to do that is by having the journal with me where I read at. So if I finish the book, I could go on and do a reflection on that book. Then I can decorate it and do all the fun things with it afterwards. Adding pictures that kind of remind me of that book. All the things for that. That way I'm doing reviews. Then I can also make sure I'm doing my Goodreads reviews, because I was doing so good. I think it was 2022 or I think it was 2021, 2022. I was really good about when I finished a book, hop on Goodreads, and I would type out my thoughts about the book to review it. So if I can do both of those, just training myself, getting in that habit, and making use of not only my journal, but my journaling supplies that I have to just help increase my enjoyment of reading. And again, be able to bring my thoughts in the wrap-ups. I'll have something kind of refer back to, because for a while I was reading, still can't believe I used to do 12 to 15 books a month. And I would forget everything. So those wrap-ups were not as beneficial to give you guys little mini reviews if I couldn't remember what the book was about. So that is one thing. And then the other is a planner to plan out my videos for you guys. Kind of try to do that as I go, to set up at least the month and my ideas of what I want to do with that. And then I can track, how many views, the traction that I'm getting, what video styles that you guys are enjoying watching. Leave me some comments below what style videos you would like for me to do. And I can do that as well. Again, I want to engage with you guys. I want you guys to be involved in my channel. I want to be more present in my channel going forward. Talk down in the comments down below. And if you guys are interested, we can restart up a Discord where we can, talk and communicate through that way. I'm dabbling with the idea of a Patreon, but I'm kind of holding off on that for now until I get more consistency in my filming. But I do want to do that because I don't want to do paying things, tiers, and then not be able to hold up my end of the bargain. That's the only reason I've not done that yet, is because I want to be able to be more consistent in my filming, getting it out to you guys, what interests of you guys to want to participate in a Patreon where we could do club reading, buddy reads, and those style of things. Or if you just want to go into a Discord, I'm fine with that as well. Guys, let me know what you think about that down below as well, and as many new ideas going forward, moving us forward, and all the things. So far, my plans to be more involved in the community. I want to participate in 2 year-long readathons. One is brand new to me. I've not done Kayla's Buzzword readathon. This will be the first year I have going to participate in it. I'll leave her channel down below. She's all over. She's very well known in the booktube community, but I'll leave her channel linked down below. She does like the Bookopoly. She was kind of the creator of that. But I'll leave her channel name down below because I'm like drawing a blank because it's been forever since I have filmed. But yes, so I want to do that. Participate in that. And then when I do my Deca TBR, I'll show you what book I'm going to do for January's pick. So that's the first one, is the Buzzwordathon. Participating in that this year. And then I am going back and getting back involved in the Romanceopoly. I absolutely adore this challenge. I did not do as well last year for various reasons. So bringing that back and going to enjoy that. Again, being in the community, talking with what everyone is reading. I just want to be more involved because, I was putting out videos, but then I wasn't participating as much, or I would join readathons and then life happened and I was able to finish them out. So I want to be, again, just be more present, be more active, make more connections, which is hard for me being as bad introvert as I am. But I am trying to push myself out and get back and be involved. So those are the two, the Buzzwordathon and the Romanceopoly. Let me know down below if you are participating in either of those. I would love to reach out and talk with you guys about it, what books you're reading, what books I'm reading, all the things as well. I want to bring back, keeping fingers crossed my computer works with me, is my weekly sprints. I'm thinking of doing those on Friday. That's usually the easiest day for me during the week. Pretty much coming in, eating, and going to bed. But I'm trying to break out of that cycle, get my energy back up, and doing the things that I love. So I'm thinking of Friday nights. Doing the sprints I'm thinking probably maybe between 7 and 8. Let me know a better time, but I'm thinking for Georgia Mountain Time, I guess is what the zone I'm in, Eastern Standard Time, between either 7 or 8. If I can figure out how to do a poll, we could do a poll and let you guys decide, is 7 better, 8, 9, because that would give me time to come in, maybe take a nap from the work week, sleep for maybe an hour, and then get up and then whatever time to prepare for that, get that set back up. So I do want to get those in. That would help motivate me to read more. It could be, not only reading, if you're into dotting, like the diamond painting or crocheting, knitting, whatever else you want to do, just come and join, and we can have that, again, building that community, bringing in us all together, discussing what we're doing, what interests we have, and all those types of things. Just, again, trying to get back in and be more present. That's pretty much, I think, my theme this year is being more present, not only at work, but being present in my own life, and not just being in that downward spiral. So I'm spiraling back up instead of spiraling down. All right. I am planning, I just have to see how all of that goes with everything else. I want to do at least 2 vlogs a month. These are for my special edition books that I started when I was subscribed to Fairy Loot. And I need to know if I enjoy them, keep them. If I don't, pass them on, because I don't want them up on my shelf if I'm not enjoying them. And I don't want books on my shelf that I'm not reading. I want to look at my bookshelves and find joy in them, and not, okay, I don't particularly like that shelf because it's not genres that I'm interested in reading anymore. So yeah, so I want to do that for my special edition books, the Fairy Loot that I had for a while. And I know I have some other specialty editions coming in and that's a future kind of foreshadow coming up, hinting for the future. There's another video going to come out for that, unboxing for those. I'm super excited. And if I really enjoy not only the quality of the books, but I actually like the stories themselves, I will definitely get this subscription again. It's not a subscription. I'll purchase it again, but actually have it in the right month. But we'll talk more about that in a future video. Okay, so 2 vlogs a month for the specialty editions. It may take me a week, it may take me longer, depending on what's going on and where I'm at with my other books. But I do want to do that. And I'm debating, this is maybe a stretch goal, of doing maybe a 24 to 48 hour on the weekend, maybe, what are they called? Readathons, 24 to 48 readathon maybe, to bust through some of these books. We'll see. And it's definitely not going to be consecutive. I may have to break it down, start on Friday night, continue for a set amount of time the next day. Again, host it like maybe a live stream type of thing. That's kind of like a stretch idea that's kind of percolating. It's not fully formed yet, but it's a potential that could go in the near future for this year. And then the very, no, not the very last, my Goodreads goal, because I always want to have a goal. I'm going to keep it at 80 because, again, I struggled the last year and I only got over, I met it, and I'm currently at 95 because that was pretty much late November and December that I finally picked up my reading pace again and started actually reading books. So I'm going to keep it at 80 and see where we go. And if I exceed it, awesome. But I'm not going to stress myself about it because I want it to be stress-free. I'm trying to keep my stress down, anxiety down, and not put myself into a reading spiral downward to a slump again. So there's that. So 80 books for my Goodreads goal for this next year. I'm still working on a book blanket that I got inspired by last year, but I didn't start it in January, so I got really far behind. I do plan on finishing it out, but I also want to, when I finish in January, kind of have an idea of the color scheme that I want. That'll be easy to do and find, because I may not have the same color by the, of thread by the time I need it again, the yarn. I did find that out, but it may be because I was at a different location when I was purchasing while I was at home for Christmas. But I want to get a kind of color scheme that kind of matches a little bit better than I did this last year because I read so many different genres. I had so many different colors. But I will share that with you once I do get that one completed, and then I'll learn another not a cross stitch, I don't do cross stitching, another crochet stitch. And again, I'm self-learning, self-taught with this. So these are projects that, again, give me something to do with extra, kind of memorialize my reading year and that type of thing. But I'll share that with you later. And then my channel goal, I would love, again, if I can be more consistent and be more happy on film and enjoy what I'm doing, enjoying what I'm reading. Hopefully it's going to translate back to the camera, to you guys, because I'm here for you guys, and to share with the books that I absolutely adore and love, or if I find ones like, maybe not, didn't work for me, might work for you, those types of things, sharing all those. But my goal, I would love to hit 500 subscribers by the end of 2025. Again, maybe if I'm more consistent and being more present, more in the community with you guys, we can get it up to that. But that is my goal for this upcoming year. I know I don't have control over that. That's pretty much in you guys' hands. But I would love that. My stretch goal for the year, I would love stretch goal, maybe 700, be a stretch goal. 500 is my goal, but stretch goal, I would love to see 700. But I've got to do my part. I've got to be present. I've got to enjoy what I'm reading so that you guys can enjoy it with me. And again, you're going to find books that you don't like, and that's okay too. Again, what may not work for me will definitely may work for you, and vice versa, unless it's just incredibly terribly written, which I haven't come in contact with too many of those because I DNF quite regularly, and I can maybe make that a series, what did I DNF, and explain to you why. These are my goals for 2025. Come along with this journey with me and see how I do. Do I stay consistent? Do I read and film for you guys and get things out on a more consistent basis? And again, share our community, share the word, come and join us, and so we can see our channel grow, our community grow, and I will see you guys in my next video.